Okay, so I'm gonna go for a bike ride in honor of Craig and Mike's bike ride. There's Adam, my neighbor, in his car. Make sure the door's locked. And go for the bike ride. And I want to test the microphone recorder combination, the i360, and some stuff, which I'll go into. So here's the garage. See if I can capture all this on the video here, because this is very exciting, opening the garage door. There we go. Yeah, that's not a oops. There we go. There's my bike. It's an old Dutch bike. And I have this bag here. I'm going to put in the... Now, I was thinking I was going to take this thing off, because when I get on the bike, it's actually hard to get on, get my knee around this thing. But I'm going to give it some more chances, because I went to some labor to put it on. I'm not going to mount the camera so I can explain some more of what this trip is about. Alright, well, in mounting the camera, I kept hitting the on button somehow. Anyway, it's now sitting on the tripod precariously on the bag that's in that little crate there. So one of the reasons for this this drive, because unlike Craig and Mike, I don't have all my bike stuff sorted out. They've been biking for years. They have their stuff down to a science. I'm very new to this. This is like this will be like my third bike ride, literally in 3 to 4 years. So I got this new lock. Craig said don't spend anything less than 50. I think this was like 40. I think it would have been 50 new, whatever. So I think it's good enough. It's an auto lock. Craig will let me know whether that was the right decision or not. So I want to test that out. The other thing I want to test out is the Insta360 while I'm biking now. Hopefully, can you see this here? No, I'm gonna have to move the camera down a little bit. Hopefully it'll stay. Yes, it'll stay. Okay. So on the bike there already was a basically a GoPro type connection on it, which I'm sure won't go away anymore because it's probably like rusted on there. And I put a little ball head on there before, so when I went out with DC, though I had a problem with the camera because it's overexposed, and I didn't know how to change the settings when I was out there. That's the problem with all this technology, is that, you know, if you don't use it often and you forget how something works, then when a setting goes awry when you're out doing it, then it just basically screws. Anyway, so I tried to ride around like this, but it kept, as I'm riding, it just kept going like this. It just kept, you know, shaking down this way, no matter how hard I tightened it. So then I figured, oh, actually, you know, really I should just have it like this anyway, which would be perfect. Because this will still, well, I think this will work. Again, this is just all a test, so I just want to sort of tighten this up. And so for this ride today, oops, I'm hoping that it's, well, actually, it might get the wires in the way. So I wonder, maybe, can I just do it this way? Maybe just go try again, but just really try and get this locked. Oops, there's my main camera. Yeah, need to get something better here. Well, you get the idea. Now that I look at this, I realize that this thing was loose. So I feel if I just tighten these, that maybe now it won't shake down, because this actually gave the really nice image, even though it was really blown out. And if I have it like this, like I was thinking before, yeah, it'll probably get these wires in there. So I think actually this is a perfect thing. The other thing I want to test on this ride is I want to get the audio. Although this thing will pick up the audio, I want to use this combination of this Sony stereo lavalier with a wind muff. Oh my god! my phone just almost hit the concrete right there. That was quite the save. Oh, quite the save. But yeah, I need to get mounting on this. Put some mounting brackets on here if I want to do the camera like I was just doing now. So I need to do that in the future. Yet another thing to do. Okay, well anyway, so I want to try this out. And this has various settings for the mic settings, so I'm going to try that out, see how the wind goes with the wind muff and everything. So that's another thing I want to try out today. So the Insta360, to get it stable, to get audio good, to test the bike lock. It's quite a lot for this little adventure down to Fresh Pond. But all for you, Craig and Mike. I am... Okay, so I'm recording with the Insta360. I'm now going to start. I've now started with the pocket cam, with the pocket audio recorder. I'm going to clap 3 times. Just to make it easier, just in case I need to sync up by hand later on. Okay, going to move the bike out to the garage. Yeah, makes it better. Okay. All right, now getting on the bike is difficult because of this big crate thing, so I think I'll just get better at it in time. Oh boy, that's hard. I gotta figure out some trick for that. And away we go. Hello. I need to get some more oil for this thing. What is that thing? What is that noise? It's going away. All right, well the Insta360 is vibrating a bit, but the has this flow state stuff in it which seems to work. Oh, look at that green light. So even when I did it with DC, it was vibrating. So yeah, you can see it's vibrating a lot. It seemed to like stay stabilized when I was using it. Now we're going by, I guess this is the tip of Dennehy Park or something. And again, hopefully this audio is working. I'm going to scratch on the mic. I'm scratching on the mic. I'll go to 3rd gear now. Yeah, I'm trucking. It's really amazing how quickly you can get places on a bike. Again, this is my 4th bike ride in 3 or 4 years. Kunle made this bike for me, and I'm pretty sure it's from the this brand's been around a long time. I think this bike probably from the early 1990s is my guess, because the labels look really new. Well, don't look really new, but don't look like they're from the 50s. And so he put the bike together. The one problem with this bike doesn't have, I guess, US standard wheels or whatever, because it's Dutch. Anyway, put this bike together, and then maybe I took it around the block, and then I think DC and I went for a ride, blew up the tires, and then that was like maybe 3 years ago, and it sat on my porch for like 2 to 3 years. Through the summer, the winter, the tires got really flat. I didn't even know if they'd work again when I blew them up, but they did. Hopefully they'll continue to do so. And here's some new construction. Boy, there's construction everywhere. As Craig knows, I go on and on about that. But then there's some new construction here on the left, which I never noticed. There's so much construction going, you just cannot keep track. Anyway, so it's sort of nice stuff. So yeah, so this bike has been out for a while. I was curious about what this bike was like. I looked up on Google, and some Reddit thing, a guy asked, oh, I could buy this bike for £100 or something. This is like 3-4 years ago. Is it worth that? And the guy said, yeah. And the guy's like, well, you know, how does it last? How long will it last, do you think? And the guy was like, oh, I don't know, I've been riding mine around decades, never did anything to it. It's fine. And sure enough, this bike sat out on the range for 3 years. And I sprayed a little oil on it, and it seems fine. So yeah, lavish grill. I'll have to try that at some point. So anyway, I thought this would be a good exercise to see how long it takes for me to get down to the supermarket. So I realize now I'm doing it like I would drive, but I'm on a bike. So I'm making a rookie mistake. I should have just went around that roundabout, the McGee's thing, went around the back side. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to turn around here, put out the thing, even though it says do not enter. I don't need to enter at all. I'm just going to turn around and start heading back. And I think that's probably enough for now. So I think I'll turn off the camera and the recorder. And pick it up again when I get into the parking lot. Oh, there's a car. Oh, these cars are everywhere. Ugh. All right. Now one hard thing is to read these screens in the daylight. I can barely see it. It's like sometimes this camera goes into photo mode. I don't like that. Okay, so now I'm going to record how much time. It's 3:43, and I'm going to leave the my nozzle entrance over there. So I'm going to drive home now. Oh, this thing is slipping again. Why is it slipping? I should probably just find a way to lock it in place. It is the GoPro adapter part that is slipping a bit. Oh look, it's like a little... Can I do this without killing myself? Yeah, I think I can. Look at this. Look at me go. Oh boy. Right down the little gully. Right down the little gully. And I've already forgotten what time I said I left. I think it was 3:43, but fortunately we have it on tape. We have it recorded. So yeah, this is a bike path. You know, when you drive, you don't notice these things. You know, that guy speeding by me, scaring me. So basically from my house down here, I totally feel safe. I mean, if I had to be on the street there, on Alewife, yeah, I'd definitely be a little bit, definitely be scared. I wish this wasn't so bumpy here. This bike has no shocks. Yeah, this is how DC warned me about this with bikes. He says, you know, you get into it, and next thing you know, you have 10 bikes hanging in the garage. Each bike for one little special thing you have. Of course, just like my cameras, I guess. And so, yeah, right now I'm like, yeah, I need a bike with shocks. I'm beating up my camera. Well, actually, I could go all the way up Concord too, instead of going down Garden Street. And actually, well, I'll go up here a little and then I'll cut down. But yeah, okay, so I can either go this way. No, those guys aren't even opting for the. All right, so I'm out of bike path here. I don't see any bike path across. Oh, look at that big bump. Oh, big bump. All right, so I'm just gonna go down here and I'll scoot down the street, which is a one-way going the wrong way. But my guess is that street up there is the right way. See, now there's not so much a bike lane at the other end, but it says it's a bike lane. But I'm gonna go down this. And whoever goes down this is probably totally safe. I guess I should probably put in third gear, but I'm not in any rush. I'm only in a rush because I don't want the camera to quit. Bike path ends. Oh, that was a bike path over there on the right? All right. You say so. All right. It's out with the dangerous cars. And I'm gonna have to put this in the third gear. Oh my God, this is so easy. Let me point out, Craig, well, I have nothing else to say, that you said I would not get on my bike and do it. So look, here I am, succumbing to your very smart, shrewd reverse psychology. I was going to tell Max he can't, and then he will. But you're so convincing in your belief that I will not actually use my bike. And to be fair, again, this is only the fourth time. A fourth bike ride over 3 years is not a trend to make. But so far, assuming I don't get hit or hurt myself, this has been eye-opening. How easy this is. The other thing you said, oh, you don't get any exercise riding a bike. That's totally, again, I think untrue, because when I was with DC, I've worked up a sweat. I guess as you do it more, you get used to it. But as I said to you before, it's like exercise compared to doing nothing. That's the question, not exercise compared to, yeah, I mean, if you're running or something. But for me, it's compared to doing nothing. All right, we're going to one. Look at those courts. Oh, there's even courts down there. I didn't even realize there are basketball courts down there. I leave my bike down there. I can bring my basketball down there. Yeah, my heart is beating. My heart is going. At the walk, not the green. All right, here's the green. Oh, this car's waiting for me. But he can go around. Big ass Tesla. Boy, how easy was this? You young whippersnapper, making me look bad. And here I am. Plus, I really have to stretch my legs getting off the bike because of this thing. All right, what time is it? 3:50. Let's say 3:43. 45. So that all? That would be incredible. Okay. That's the end.